Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Hangtime. Liz Coon here with our basketball analyst, Lexi Ayala. And let's just say we had a big slate of games, some big games moving some of your rankings around. And starting off with that Rockford East Kentwood game, what did you see in that one?
Rockford, honestly, Liz, I'm going to say it. They just don't have what it takes after losing Alyssa Wypitch to Michigan Tech. She graduated last year, and that was Rockford's bread and butter, was everything went through Alyssa Wypitch. Though they still have other really good key players on the team, even Alyssa Wypitch's sister, Anna Wypitch, it's just not the same level of basketball. Meanwhile, East Kentwood came in with two big players. East Kentwood was led by guard Harmony Belton with 19 points and combo guard Michaela Porter with 17 points. Porter, the team's leading scorer, can score on all three levels. However, she's best at her driving and slashing game, which opens up space for East Kentwood's three-point shooters, the three-point specialists. When you play that inside-outside basketball that East Kentwood plays so well and mix that in with team basketball, East Kentwood could be unstoppable. Liz, I didn't knock Rockford too much for this game because East Kentwood was ranked number 16 coming into this game, so Rockford at least lost to a ranked team. However, I had to give East Kentwood the props. They're number 7 now.
And Rockford jumped down from 2 to the 8th spot.
It is. That's the way the cookie crumbles around here.
Now moving down in your rankings, Belleville started the season off perfect, undefeated. They got their first loss. How did that affect them in the rankings?
Well, Belleville, luckily for them, I didn't knock them too much for the loss because it was to Mason, a stacked Ohio team. And since Rockford dropped out, it made room for Belleville to move up one. However, I am a little nervous looking at Belleville, not because of who they played, who they lost to, but because of how much they lost by. 49-28 was the ending score of that game, and I would like to see Belleville do a better job against tough defensive teams, see how they handle that adversity better.
Goodrich, a team that's still in your top 10. They started at the 7th spot, but now they moved down a little bit. What went into that drop?
I had to drop Goodrich all the way down to number 10 because Goodrich hasn't had a single ranked game yet this season that they could really show what they're made of. Though Goodrich is still undefeated, props to them. We just have to see how they do against better competition. They did have a nice win over Lake Fenton, 44-36. However, Lake Fenton isn't the same Lake Fenton that they were last year either. Lake Fenton lost their best player, guard Kendall Smith, to Powers Catholic. So the win doesn't hold as much weight for Goodrich. They're at number 10.
Similar thing going on with that Grand Haven team. They've had a couple of really big wins, but we're not seeing so many in the top 10.
Correct. Yeah, Grand Haven has one big win over Hudsonville. That's a ranked team in my top 25. However, the loss to Rockford had me looking at Grand Haven a little bit sideways. So I had to put Grand Haven at number 11.
And moving down to Detroit Country Day, they also dropped down to number 16. What's going on with that team?
Detroit Country Day was ranked number 11 at the beginning of the season, and I honestly wanted to put them in my top 10, but I couldn't. They have too many losses, but their losses are to really good teams. Detroit Country Day has a close loss to Edison, to Renaissance, a big loss to West Bloomfield, all three teams in my top 10, and then a close loss to an Illinois school that's stacked. So even though they have 4 losses on the season, they're all to really good teams, and Detroit Country Day continues to make each one a really close game.
We sat down with guard Vanessa Rodriguez for Ann Arbor Father Gabriel Richard, and that team is doing great things this season.
Ooh, I am loving Ann Arbor Father Gabriel Richard. Last year, they had that season that nobody believed in them. And this year, they're coming in with a chip on their shoulder, coming in battle-tested. This is a team that is tied with Arbor Prep for the most ranked wins out of anyone in the top 25, anyone in the state. So this is a team that is going to be on the map all season long. They've started off strong, and they're only getting better every single game.
Yeah, and they're sitting at that number 2 spot for your top 10. Check out this interview with her. Hello, everyone. We are joined now by Vanessa Rodriguez from Ann Arbor Father Gabriel Richard. Thanks so much for taking some time to chat with us today.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
So you guys, off to a great start. Perfect season so far. What's really working for this team? You guys are 12-0 so far.
Yeah, I think we come into practice every day and we try to just work as hard as we can. And all of us like to be coachable and just listen to what our coach has to say. You know, he's a great coach and we trust in him and we just take what we learn from him and put it into the games.
Vanessa, you're just a sophomore, and there's a lot of articles written about you being one of the best underclassmen in the state. How were you able to make the jump from a solid freshman year to a really standout sophomore season so far?
Yeah, I think it's all just hard work and dedication. I do a lot of working out, a lot of lifting with my sister too, and I think it's just all hard work and yeah.
Yeah, talking about your sister as well, what's it like to share that love of basketball with her? What's it like, the relationship between you two?
Yeah, after she went down last season, I kind of just had the mindset of like playing for her for that whole season. And now that she's back, it's very wonderful. And obviously the chemistry's there. We've been playing together since we were ever like little. And yeah, I love it.
And then Ann Arbor father Gabriel Richard, you guys have the most ranked wins in my top 25 out of everyone in the state. You have a win against number 22 Lansing Catholic, against number 7 Arbor Prep, and number 14 Lowell. Tell me about how you were able to get those big wins in big games like that.
Yeah, I think it's all just experience through games, tough games last year, and just playing as a team. Our coach told us before the season that we were going to play one of the toughest schedules, and all of us were up for the challenge. And now that we're 12-0, we're all very happy, but we know we still have to go game by game and just keep trying to get that winning streak going too.
Yeah, moving forward in the season, what are you guys looking forward to? What are some of the goals so far in the second half?
Yeah, I would say definitely one of our main goals is winning the Catholic League again. Last year we won that, and I don't know how long that hasn't been done here. And I think this year we have a lot more potential of winning the state championship, so that's definitely a huge goal of ours.
How do you guys handle the pressure of, everyone around you, the community, now the entire state's on notice, a big difference from last year where a lot of people doubted you, to handle that pressure of making those expectations and getting to states, getting to the Breslin Center?
Yeah, I think it just takes a lot of focus, not listening to all the noise and just blocking that out. Like I said, coming into practice and just focusing there and applying what we work on there and into the games is really helpful. So when it comes to the tougher games, when they're close, it's easy and we can get the win.
Yeah, and you guys have a special group, that's for sure. You're able to lead this team. Just talk about your leadership ability and what that role is for you on the team.
Yeah, I've been working more on my vocal leadership and on the court and off the court, and I think helping my teammates who don't have as much IU and through AU and stuff, just helping them when the game is closer and the other team has good players as well. I think that's very helpful, and also we have a bunch of other leaders on our team too who are very good players, and all of us together can help the rest of our teammates.
Now, Vanessa, there's a lot of high school athletes out there who don't know how to put themselves in front of college coaches, get recruited, and you're kind of at that sweet spot where that process is or should be starting for you. So what does that look like for you when you think about the next level?
Yeah, I definitely want to play at the next level, but I think you can't really set your mind on offers, and I know a lot of people are like, oh, I want them now, but I would say just stay focused in your training and just working hard, even if there's no coaches there, because eventually it'll pay off and hopefully everybody can get to the next level somehow.
Absolutely. I love it. I didn't get my signing day until senior year, so I love the patience advice. Very big. And then what do you think you are most excited about with your squad this season?
Yeah, I think last year we got underestimated a little bit, but this year now we have my sister back. We have a bunch of other teammates who are great, and I'm really just most excited going game by game, but hopefully winning that state championship.
Yeah, absolutely. We'll be rooting for you. So go kill the rest of the season. We're super excited for you, and thank you so much for taking the time.
Thank you.
Thank you. Couple of big matchups we're really looking forward to, especially with the one tonight. East Kentwood is going to be taking on Grand Haven. What do you expect from that matchup?
I expect East Kentwood to win this game. That's part of the reason I dropped Grand Haven down to the number 11 spot, because I'm already putting my money on East Kentwood.
Yeah, absolutely. Another big one, Rockford will be taking on Lansing Catholic. That's going to be a really big matchup. What are you looking forward to most in that one?
Ooh, I'm really excited about this one. I think this one is the game that I'm most excited about upcoming because this is a game that everyone is thinking Rockford is going to win. I'm going to go with the underdogs, Lansing Catholic, the defending state champs in D2 last year. They're coming out strong this year. I have them ranked at number 22 right now, but it's only because of their loss to Mumford. Other than that, those 2 losses that they have to Renaissance and Father Gabriel Richard, that's to top 10 teams, and they were close losses. Lansing Catholic means business this year, and I've been doubting Rockford for a minute.
Well, we're super excited. We've got a great weekend of games, and make sure you guys tune in next week for all that coverage and more.
State Champs Hangtime is presented by Lawrence Technological University. Be curious, make magic. Hangtime is also brought to you by the Michigan High School Athletic Association, promoting the value and values of educational athletics. The Michigan Army National Guard, proud partner of the MHSAA, and the Detroit Athletic Club Foundation Athlete of the Year Award. Applications now being accepted until March 31st, 2024 for the male and female athletes of the year. Download the application today at dacathleteoftheyear.com. You cannot be nominated if you do not apply.